Hey Taurus, this is your March 2019 forecast. If you would like a private reading with me or hypnosis to facilitate permanent change, use the link below. And don't forget your Aries through to Pisces full year forecast, all the signs, $30. Use my link below. That's for the whole year. So this month, Taurus, there's going to be a push for change. This is to do with your face, your perception of the world, how people see you. This is your status. This is your fame. This is your ambition, your title, you know, how the world sees you. And there is a push for change here. You are taking that change. It's almost like I've had some feelings like I need to change, but I haven't quite had the motivation to do it. I've been procrastinating. I needed to wait on outside source. I've been waiting for that answer, that bit of news before I can make that change. And this month, you are going to be doing that. Also, in the first week of March, there is an end of a 9-year cycle. So for you, you are now going to be able to make some ground on that where there has been some, you know, difficulty. You are now making gains. So this month, as you feel like you are making this change, it's almost like financially and your career and your study. This card here says that there has been some difficulty. You're feeling isolated. You feel like you have been in some kind of a fog. You've been dazed. You've been zoned out. Now, whether this is because the job has lost its challenge, that you have had some kind of loss, or you've had some kind of sharp sting, that you really have just been going along with the flow, and these clouds have been, you know, fogging up your brain. You really don't know which way to go. You really don't know what you want. But this month, you have got that enlightenment. You have, because you are putting in that change for you, that putting in that action, taking charge, ringing up people, putting out your feelers, getting that help that you need to make that change, to get that new status, to get that new title for you in your finances, career, and your study. Now, this card says that there is a healing there. So whatever it is, you put the points together and you've got that answer. You know which way you're going to go. The sun is shining. You've got that enlightenment. The sun is coming up where you have had that difficulty, where you've been alone in the dark, where things have been foggy, where, you know, you just didn't know what you wanted to do. You know, things in the head, they have been difficult. You have felt isolated. You feel like there's no one that you can turn to or that you can talk to in regards to this area for you. But there is balance. Now, some of you, this is going to be a issue of I've been to work with some sort of addiction, and this is my last chance. So, you know, I'm back on the wagon. I've got to make this work. You know, maybe you've been working in a fog because you've been under the influence, but this month you are definitely going to put your foot down and change. Some of you are starting a new job. For others, this is, you know, there's a healing here. Where has this feeling of lack, this feeling of self-esteem, where has that been where I have not been making these changes? This month I am. And lastly, this is about a dual role. Who are you working with that's going to bring out the best in you? Are you doing 2 jobs at once, or 2 courses at once, or 2 uni at once? Where is this about you where you're doing 2 that is helping this get over that fence, getting over that hurdle for you to be able to get where you need to be? At home, we're turning away from outside sources. So if you've been relying on funds from the government, if you've been relying on funds from you know, child support or an ex, or you know, anything to do with that, you can see that this is coming to an end, and this might be putting pressure on you. Maybe that's why you've been worried, because you knew that this was coming up, and you've been stressed out and tense, and this is where, you know, you've had that fog and you haven't been deciding which way to go. Now you've got the answer, so now you're able to turn away from that and you know, put yourself out there. For others, this is my partner's going away to make money for us. There might have been promotion there, because this is my other's funds, so maybe they're going away. You might not be entirely happy with this, but it's the money that's there, and you may not be entirely happy with this. If this is you going away, then your partner's not entirely happy with this. Now, this could be because you don't want to be on your own, because the responsibility of what's left behind is on your shoulders, because the timing's not. I don't know what it is, but there is an issue that, you know, the other's not entirely happy with this. Now, also at home, this is about an imbalance. This is about turning away from things from the past. So this could be grief. This could be a divorce. You know, if this is a divorce, then you have been, you know, going back and forth to do with the negotiating, to do with the split, to do with the custody, all of those different things. you're walking away from that now. Those emotions to do with the 8th house, which is births, deaths, marriages. This is about deadly serious agreements. This is funds from our employer, funds from our other. This is sponsorship. This is money. This is our taxes. This is our investments. We are walking away from that. That healing has begun. That healing is starting. And this might be coming from that eclipse that was in January the 21st. Anywhere between 6 to 9 months, you will get that conclusion. But things are healing. Things are starting to move on. This is a healing card as well. This is your health. This is the Knight of Wands. Now, there has been some information, and that information has had some issues. It's back on the table. Again, March, we've got Mercury retrograde, and this is about something from the past that's come back for you. Now, it is going to... Now, for some of you, this is about the runs, so maybe it's an inflated gut, but for others, this is inflammation in the mobility part of our body. But things are starting to take off. Things are taking off, and there is going to be movement here. So if this is, okay, I'm coming back for my results from something that's been earlier, you're going to find that, yay, you know, this is a positive move forward. If this is about something that's new, that's inherited, you're going to find that whatever treatment's there is going to help you. Now, with our love, like I said, we've got the 4 of Cups. This is divine intervention, bringing that emotional support, and you're not having a bar of it. So single people, you know, maybe your family, your friends, you know, the people closest to you around your roots, your home, your heritage, you know, putting up candidates for someone to date, and you're like, oh no, you know, I'm not ready, I don't want to, you know, I don't want that emotional support, I don't want that love, I'm just not ready, I don't trust myself, I don't trust others, I haven't healed, whatever that is. This is the perfect time for healing for you. This is where you're able to think about what you want to put down, you will put it down, and this will be permanent. Now, for you, all month, there is a healing to do with children, projects, dating, and having fun, socializing with others. Also, a healing amongst siblings as well. So take advantage of this. Now, maybe that's why, you know, there's this one here. Maybe you've got someone on the horizon, and you don't feel like, oh, I can't trust another person. If you put that down, this is where you're actually going to find the movement forward in this. Those of you in an established couple, something about it to this month about the home, to do with the family, to do with the closest friends, maybe bringing up an issue here. Maybe you feel like someone's taking sides. Not sure how that's going to go. You do have the sun in your greatest hopes and dreams. You have the sun... in the area of, you know, your networks, your friends, your social media, all of those areas as well, your profit, your salary. So maybe that's why you're able to turn away from, you know, maybe that's why you're leaving behind the government help or the, you know, the spousal support. Maybe they've gotten to a certain age, or maybe you've reached up your salary to a certain level that you're now turning away from that financial support, and you're now moving forward. So, you know, again, that's where the sun is shining all month. As well as groups and associates. This is where you're going to get that emotional support, that push forward, and that momentum for where you're taking action. Fiona says that now that you've asked the angels for help, you've got to follow the guidance that's put in front of you. Take those steps. And push yourself forward. Archangel Raphael says that wherever there's a mobility issue, wherever there's a health issue, again, this month there's perfect potential for any kind of healing, anything to do with a psychological nature, a health, you know, physical issue, things that you know, if you've got a blockage in making money, if you've got a blockage in making and keeping good friends, if you have a blockage in dating and attracting the wrong people, one night stands, not people that will love you forever, this is the time for you to put that out there and say, I'm ready to clear those blockages, I'm ready for this to be gone, this is what I need to do. And you know, also projects, you know, you want to start this project, you want to be the leader on this project, but you never seem to be able to get there, get it off the ground. This is the time for you to put it down. Archangel Uriel is about those emotional things that we're leaving behind. You are leaving this behind. Trust in me when I say, put it down this month, it will be gone forever. These lifelong things that you're putting behind, don't forget, it's time to take action in your first house. Who you are, how you feel about yourself, how you put yourself forward. This is going to change this month, and it begins with you putting things down. Isaiah says that you're giving birth, you're finding out that you're pregnant, you're starting a project that you're putting your love and your time and energy into, whether you're just started or you're just about to get those results and you're loving it. Grace and Antoinette says that there might be an issue with somebody else in your life at the moment. They are a earth sign, you and the other, and to have compassion, and you'll find the way through. So be kind to you and those you love. And from Jedi side, Jake, may the force be with you.